Boeing's greatest strength is, of course, cargo aircraft. It is also superior in other aircraft, but cargo is very important. From the iconic 747-400F to the incredibly efficient 777F, the American giant has been dominating the cargo aircraft market, outperforming its competitors with ease. However, Airbus is preparing to shake things up with its bold new competitor, the A350 Freighter. The extremely popular A350 is normally a passenger aircraft, but they have converted it into a cargo aircraft to outpace other competitors. This is not just any cargo aircraft. It is coming to disrupt other companies, and it is coming in a big way. They are also shouting it from the rooftops, and everyone is talking about this aircraft. What's striking is that Airbus typically makes passenger aircraft because cargo aircraft don't usually sell well, but they want to make a first. Their previous attempt, the A330-200F, made some progress. But since Boeing is the leader in cargo, these aircraft didn't get much attention. The A350F is therefore unique. Airbus has covered the exterior with carbon fiber, achieving lightweight construction, and with its massive cargo capacity and state-of-the-art Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines. Air cargo companies looking to invest in the future should definitely consider this aircraft. In terms of performance, efficiency, and environmental impact, this aircraft aims to outperform the 777F. There is a significant rivalry with Boeing, with a range of 4,700 nautical miles and a cargo capacity of over 109 tons. The A350F is a heavyweight aircraft in many respects. Everything from maintenance to spare parts to fuel is cheaper than for a passenger aircraft because 70% of the components of a passenger aircraft are outsourced. However, you might think that Airbus reused the passenger aircraft for the A350, but that is a misconception because the truth is that they built the aircraft from scratch and drew inspiration from the passenger aircraft. The cargo aircraft features a slightly shorter fuselage, optimized for volumetric efficiency, a reinforced floor structure, and a new cargo door. Loading is done in proportion to the cost, and let's see if our company has achieved this. There's no need to look because our company always succeeds. However, timing can be considered the most strategic feature of the A350 Freighter. Now, users around the world want aircraft that can carry more cargo while consuming less fuel and having a longer range because the world has changed. Things like e-commerce have emerged, and as old aircraft were retired to dusty hangars, people began to demand new solutions. Airbus suddenly surged ahead, having been far behind before, so everyone was surprised and began to turn to this aircraft. However, the A350 Freighter is a statement of intent that goes far beyond Airbus' technical specifications and plans. There was a company that made very good aircraft, but also made cargo planes, and that was Boeing. Everyone preferred that company for cargo planes. Airbus is now saying, we're not number one anymore, we're coming. And with the A350F, Airbus is no longer trying to catch up. The engineers are confident in what they've done and are saying, we'll surpass that company because we're technologically superior. The aircraft's sustainability advantage is one of its main selling points. The A350F is expected to meet the latest ICAO noise and emission standards, significantly reduce CO2 emissions, and reduce fuel consumption by more than 20% compared to older cargo aircraft like the 747-400F. There is one thing that is absolutely essential in these cargo aircraft, or in all aircraft, and that is reducing carbon emissions to zero. The only challenge is that achieving this is very difficult and expensive. Additionally, the A350F is designed for a future where efficiency is highly valued thanks to its composite fuselage and modern engines. Airbus is also taking a long-term approach. The A350F aircraft is designed for long-term use and is specially built to prevent rapid deterioration. This aircraft, specifically designed for a wide range of operators, from logistics giants like FedEx and UPS to integrators and e-commerce-focused carriers, is introduced to us as an aircraft with a fuselage designed to carry large-sized cargo, pallets, or even extremely heavy loads. Most importantly, it is a future-ready aircraft. The A350F is currently certified to operate with up to 50% biofuel blends, and if sustainable aviation fuel is widely adopted, we are likely to see more of this aircraft in the future. Building this aircraft requires courage because it is a challenging task, and few are willing to take on such a burden. The 777XF, a more environmentally friendly version of the popular 777F, is one of the cargo aircraft updates Boeing is currently working on. Boeing has an operator who has even had its old aircraft modified by them, and they are currently in contact with them, and it seems they may have their new aircraft modified by them as well. However, major players like Air France, KLM, Singapore Airlines Cargo, and Etihad Cargo have begun to shift toward the A350F aircraft, which has created a competitive dynamic among the aircraft. The cargo sector is developing rapidly. In addition, Airbus has increased competition by covering the exterior with carbon materials to make it lighter, and by covering the wings with the same material, it became even lighter, prompting other companies to enter the race for this aircraft, thereby further increasing competition. Will Boeing demonstrate sufficient strength to maintain its dominance, or will this aircraft fundamentally transform the air cargo sector? With the A350F set to enter service soon, all eyes are on the aircraft's performance in real-world operations. Airbus plans to showcase this aircraft worldwide in 2026 and has already begun testing it. They also mentioned selecting an attractive location for its unveiling and are accelerating the development process by utilizing the existing A350 passenger platform. This is not a paper airplane. This company has always proven itself, and there is no place to hide from the world's eyes. Everyone trusts this company, and they will definitely purchase this aircraft. Airbus's design team carefully considered the opinions of cargo operators. By making changes to the main deck, right next to the wing, the A350F can easily and comfortably load heavy materials from there. To accommodate larger loads, the floor has been reinforced, and the fuselage length has been adjusted to match the volume of the 777F. However, the weight still has an impact on fuel consumption and may cause delays in transportation. Another important selling point, global fleet commonality. Switching to the cargo version of the A350 will provide significant operational and training synergies for airlines currently operating passenger versions. The seamless integration of the A350F, from pilot-type ratings to maintenance programs and parts inventories, will enable this company to repair the damage it has suffered globally in terms of workforce with this aircraft. Airbus is also gaining momentum through aggressive marketing and strategic alliances. You sell aircraft, but this company has also begun to sell a new approach. With the broader rollout of the A350F, we are hearing that international freight companies or other companies have agreements with other platforms. Airbus has learned that it is not just about cargo capacity, but also about other important issues. This concerns the role of the aircraft in a carbon-neutral, digital supply chain. A lot has started to change in these aircraft companies. Since the cargo capacity of passenger aircraft is still unpredictable, there has been a high demand for these aircraft due to the pandemic, and the importance of these aircraft in trade has been well understood. High-tech products, pharmaceuticals, and e-commerce all require a fast and secure airline, and this aircraft has all of these features. Airbus did not need to convert a 35-year-old aircraft into a cargo plane to overcome this challenge in the industry and, at considerable expense, proposed the idea of building a new aircraft. Everyone at the company was very happy, and the aircraft was thus approved. Despite the optimism, there is still a question. Will Airbus overtake Boeing, the largest cargo company and the undisputed leader in the industry, or will it continue on its current path? This is a new aircraft. Airbus positions the A350F not just as a competitor, but as a revolutionary. In a rapidly changing market where success is determined by sustainability, efficiency, and adaptability, the sole purpose of this aircraft is not to crush its competitors. The most important thing is to create an aircraft that will remain at the top for many years to come. Let's examine this in more detail. The A350F's expected 109-ton cargo capacity is nearly identical to that of the 777F, but it has a significant advantage. It immediately meets ICAO's 2027 CO2 emission standards. This is not just good public relations, but a matter of self-assurance. Under increasing regulatory and shareholder pressure, airlines and logistics giants need a suitable aircraft or method to address this, and this aircraft will do just that. The cargo aircraft version boasts world-class fuel efficiency thanks to the reliable Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines used in the A350-900 and -1000 models. The aircraft is coated with carbon for a reason. It is lightweight, which gives it an advantage in terms of fuel efficiency. We can say that it is the only aircraft that offers fuel savings compared to its competitors. This translates to lower travel costs for operators and significantly reduced emissions for the environment. In an industry where margins are tight and ESG, environmental, social, and governance commitments are becoming stricter, this could be a decisive factor. However, the A350F is not just about cost, it is also about being at the forefront of technology. This aircraft is a testament to technological innovation. To reduce downtime and enhance reliability, Airbus has combined state-of-the-art avionics systems, a state-of-the-art fly-by-wire system, and smart diagnostic tools. These systems are not predictive and are not overly luxurious. They are simple, making the company future-ready. In summary, in a world of analog predecessors, the A350F can be considered a digital native. In addition, it is far ahead of its competitors in terms of range. At full load, the A350F should be able to cover a distance of over 4,700 nautical miles, 8,700 kilometers, and can easily cover long distances that are vital for high-value express cargo. This puts it in fierce competition with the 777F and other aircraft yet to be built. Meanwhile, while Airbus quietly forms a coalition, Boeing has long been the king of the cargo sector, particularly in North America and the Middle East. Among the major companies that have placed early orders for this aircraft are Etihad, CMA CGM, Air France KLM, and Qatar Airways Cargo. There are those who want to replace their older aircraft, such as the MD-11F, 747-400F, and the first 777F, and they will do so with this aircraft, i.e. from Airbus. In fact, timing could be one of Airbus's main advantages. Airbus is entering the market directly, but Boeing is not always on time and has excuses. The A350F has the advantage of being the first mover in a market lacking innovation for the following reason: no new cargo aircraft are currently being built, and it is the only new one being produced. Older models were widely used, but this aircraft will change the balance. So, we're at a cool turning point. The cargo plane market is changing. Old jets are heading for dusty shelves or parking lots. E-commerce is booming. Inefficient planes are getting bogged down by regulatory hurdles. Plus, Airbus launching the A350F just in time is a miracle. However, is the world ready to accept a new cargo king? Or will operators consider abandoning the old ways or simply letting themselves be carried along by the cool waters of technology? To find out, stay tuned. See you in the next video.